Hello everyone, welcome to Big Six, and we have three guests over here: Siddharth, Ashwin, and Sahish. A Chelsea fan and two United fans here. So let's get right into the show today. The first on the agenda is that Kane stays at Spurs. He was linked to City, so let's look at the rivals fans. What do they have to say about it?
Last week when we spoke about in the show,
Ashwin, you can start
that
off
time
first.
Paritosh was confident that City will sign Kane, but
Yeah,
today they look Spurs. City did try their best to get Kane because they did send a bid for 150 million, which I think is a little overpriced. But even that got rejected by Levy. So Levy basically stopped Kane from leaving. So that's a disappointing
exactly.
factor for City, but it's good for us because now maybe Siddharth will think that Chelsea are the favorites now. Now that Lukaku is here, but City couldn't get Kane, but United are also in the race because now Kane not going to City is a major. It's an advantage, or maybe
Setback for them. Yeah.
it's more favorable for the other four clubs who are in the title race.
Sayesh, what do you have to say about it? You can go ahead.
I don't know. As a United fan, you don't see Kane at a City jersey, so that's more than enough for us. But yeah,
Exactly.
I think Guardiola, he uses a different formation. You can't really trust him. You'll see Jesus at right wing, left wing, Torres at CF. You don't know what will happen. But yeah, as a United fan, I'm happy Kane didn't go there. But the next transfer window will be crazy for Kane, for Haaland. I don't know what's going to happen. City will just come out with 200 million and we'll take Kane and Haaland with us. I don't know.
We don't know
It's
how,
weird,
how much
but
crazier it can get. I mean, PSG
yeah,
has
Messi,
exactly. They have been building
Messi
a
leaving,
dream team.
Messi leaving Barca and going to PSG, and then if Mbappe leaves this summer, who knows?
It's a madness.
It'll be
Nobody
a
would have
crazy transfer
expected this
window.
to
Then
happen.
imagine next season.
Yeah, I mean, the last four transfer windows, I think there hadn't been much movement, and now suddenly everything is happening.
And now suddenly
Yeah,
Ronaldo wants to
because
leave as well.
really weird.
Exactly.
It's really weird.
I mean, yeah. Let's first ask, Siddharth, what he has to say about it.
Yeah, Kane not leaving was surprising because, but I think what Levy has made clear is that money doesn't persuade him very easily because 150 million is a lot, and I thought he'd really agreed to this bid because even Kane's not interested in playing for Tottenham, but now that he has to, he doesn't have an option. But yeah, like Ashwin said, I was very surprised with Levy's stance on it. But I think it makes it very clear now because now the new managers come in. I think it's good that Kane gets another season's try. And like you also said, the Premier League is now back where it was. I mean, unlike Kane going to City and City becoming the favorites for sure, Tottenham, don't forget, they have 2 wins already. And I think they've kept 2 clean sheets also, just like Chelsea and Liverpool. So I know I'm not saying they're contending for the title, but they are strong because they have Højbjerg, they have a decent defense because Nuno plays a very defensive lineup. So it's going to be good for Kane also.
Yeah, I mean they can try for a top four, but I think that'll be a task to complete as well. Yeah.
It also makes it harder for Arsenal now. Now Kane is staying. Spurs already have.
Bro, why you even like talking about Arsenal?
Arsenal and the relegation battle. Look at the table right now.
Yeah. They probably finish. Yeah.
They might not get a Premier League win this whole month. They lost 2 games. Now they play City in the coming.
They shouldn't be called the Big Six. They shouldn't be counted in the Big Six now. I don't think so. They have the squad for it to be counted as the Big Six. There's another rumor, Ronaldo is linked to City, as Ashwin mentioned it before. So, I mean, City has the money, so everyone will be linked to them now. And let's ask your thoughts on it. And Ashwin, you can go ahead with it.
I would absolutely lose it if he joins City. Not on Ronaldo, because I can understand him wanting to leave Juventus, and it is coming in the last 2 or 3 days that he desperately wants to leave. He even didn't want to start the game again, or the last game which Juventus played.
Yeah.
He wanted to be benched. So he is clearly looking for a move away. But look, his options are very limited. Like Fabrizio Romano said that only English clubs are in for him. Only Champions League playing English clubs are interested. So that's City, Liverpool, United, and Chelsea. Liverpool don't have the money, so they're out of the race. Chelsea, they signed Ronaldo, so will they go for him? They're trying for Saul Niguez and Kunde. So I think Chelsea are out of the market. So that leaves United and Man City. Like I said, City now have the money because we saw 150 million bid. So Ronaldo is only for 25-30 million. So they can go for Ronaldo, but will Ronaldo do that? I'm not too sure, because even in the past, when he was asked about him joining City, he said that I don't play for money. If I wanted to play for money, I would go to Qatar and play. So I think there's a loyalty there. And because look, Ronaldo did leave United at a young age, like Sancho left City and joined United. But then I think that's different because he did win the Champions League and we absolutely love him. United fans love Ronaldo. It's not like Jesse Lingard leaving or someone that we don't care if Lingard joins, if he joins City. But this is Ronaldo we're speaking about. So I think there is a loyalty there. And look, if City bid for him, Ronaldo wants to leave. So that just leaves Man City there. So if City bid for Ronaldo, then I think Ronaldo will first call up United and tell them that I have got an offer from City and I want to leave Juventus. If you guys don't want me, then I might move to City. But I think Ronaldo will call United, and I think United will be his first choice. But I'm not too sure if United are in for him. As a Chelsea fan, do you think he can go to City?
City will push for whoever they can, that's for sure. But I really don't see Ronaldo leaving this window. I think it will be another Kane situation with him. Because I feel, I think a lot of people made it clear that 2022 was his, move plan. But now that you're saying, I'm really surprised because I haven't been checking the news with Ronaldo and everything. I've only been focusing on the Chelsea and EPL side more nowadays. Yeah, because I don't watch other leagues as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Like you said, like you and Sahish said, yeah, United will be in his heart because he's mentioned that several times. Just Madrid and United have been very close to him. I was surprised at this Juventus move also. So I don't know if it'll happen, but I don't think it'll happen because I think this one season or at least till summer he'll stay in Juventus.
All right, so next we will move on to the Saul Niguez situation. He's linked to Chelsea, and let's start off with the Chelsea fan. Do you think you'll get him?
Uh, not sure because I think we've been pushing for Kunde for a pretty long time now, and it's not happened yet. I'm not too excited. We have the squad depth, so I don't. Saul will be a great addition, but I don't think he's going to be the best addition to our squad. We are not like Manchester City to spend 100 million on an attacker that we already have 5 or 6 attackers, and he'll spend 100 million more. So we're not one of them. But if he comes for a good price, then yeah, it'll be a good addition.
I
think he might come for a cheaper price, but his salary is a bit high, so that's a problem for many clubs.
It's actually a loan option for the first year and then an obligation to buy next year, which is around 15 million euros. So that's around 12.5. So I think it's a bargain next summer, and considering it's a loan move this year. But then again, like Siddharth said, they've got Jorginho, they've got Kovacic, they've got Kante, they've got depth there. And then is Saul Niguez? Look, United are the other club. It's United, and it's between United and Chelsea. And I think if he wants more game time, he will pick United because he is miles better than Fred, McTominay, and Matic. And maybe even he will be in the higher pecking order than even Donny van de Beek. So that's basically Niguez playing every game week in, week out. But again, what we have been hearing is that United don't have the money. They need to sell players to buy, and I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't believe that because United have made sales. I mean, with Varane, Sancho coming in with the jerseys and all of that, I'm pretty sure they would have made 30-35 million.
They didn't get anything. They didn't get anyone last window, right?
No. They got Telles. They got
Cavani, Telles, and
Cavani, Van de Beek.
But
Yeah,
then
but I think Telles was
But like
13
they
million.
didn't
Cavani, yeah, to continue.
it wasn't a good transfer window
spend much
last year.
last season also,
Yeah,
so
it
they
was
might
a
have the money
drastic
for that, right?
It was a bad
Yeah,
run.
and
That's the exact point I want to get into a little deeper to Man United, because what we have been hearing the whole summer is that United need to sell players to buy players. And I just don't get it, because last season or last summer in the last transfer window, United did bid 70, 80 million odd for Sancho. And Dortmund wanted 110 million, 120 million. And so we didn't use that 70, 80 million of Sancho last season. And we got Sancho for 73 million this season. So that's the Sancho money from the last year. What about the money this season? We got Varane for like 34, 35 million. What about the rest? Because look, even the Ronaldo thing which we are telling was that Ronaldo is available for 30 million. But then apparently United need to sell to buy. But then for once, can the owners put their hands inside their pocket and get the money? Because it's a profit, it's a business. Because you can send Ronaldo for 30 million. Messi's sale from the jersey shirts for PSG was around 500 million. So Ronaldo joining United, Glazers need to spend 30 million on him, and they can get more than 10 times what his value is. They can easily get 300 to 400 million from the jersey sales, because Man United's fan base is much larger than what PSG's is. So if PSG can get a 500, 600 million, Ronaldo can easily sell up to 300, 400 million from just shirt sales. So that's more than 10 times. You are getting more than 10 times the profit. So I just don't get why United are acting. And look, transfer windows are judged based on players coming in, but it's also judged on players going out. The one crazy factor is Man United have sold one player in the last 2 years. We've just sold one player, which was Chris Smalling. Smalling went to Roma for 13 million. That's the only player Man United have sold for 2 years. And we've got like 7 to 8 players who we need to sell. Andreas Pereira is one of them. Juan Mata, Matic. Maybe you can tell one of Fred or McTominay. You've got Dan James, Jesse Lingard. Why are they still at the club? Phil Jones. Why are they still at the club? And that's not a good window. Lingard, West Ham wanted Lingard for 20 million. United wanted 25. So, but then now United wanted 25. So we're keeping him when we could have sold him for 20 million. Dan James, Leeds wanted him for 20 million. But then we don't want to sell.
The thing is that United.
That's a rant by one of our United fans, and I agree to it. When at the time of Bartome too, that guy he doesn't know how to spend money at all, and I totally understand what you are going through right now. So yeah, I mean, Saish, you can continue.
Yeah, the thing is that even for Sancho, 73 million at the start of the season, when Ole, we lost the Europa League final, it had come in the news that, Ole is getting 150 million to 160 million in the transfer budget. So even if they're telling, it came out in the news that Sancho and Varane, they're playing in installments or 4 installments, they're paying the clubs. So if you're paying in 4 installments, I'm pretty sure you will have so much money left that you can buy in 2 players. Fine, you don't want to spend on Saul.
We're paying 18,
get him on loan.
We're paying 18 million to Dortmund for the next 5 years. So that's 18 million from this summer's window. And we've signed Varane for 30, 35 million odd. And even that is going for the next 4 years. So if you divide even 30 for 4, it's less than 5, 6, 7 million. So we've basically spent only 25 million, 25, 30 million.
And United have so much wage money that they can easily pay. They were paying Pogba 400k a week. You think they can't pay Ronaldo 600, 700k a week? They can't pay Saul 150 to 200k a week. That's just stupid. Because the Glazers, how much, even if they have 30 to 40 million left in the bank, they tell, okay, fine, we'll get Ronaldo and Saul this transfer window. They get in Saul for loan.
That's not how they think. Because our owners are business. But they're not football fans. And
No, but I agree. Yeah. I think Ole and the management have to sort a lot of players, because even during our pre-season and training, Chelsea, we had so many players. We had Zappacosta, we had Tomori,
Baba Rahman and all played. No, I didn't even know he's still at Chelsea.
Yeah, so somehow all of them have left. I think he went to Atlanta, and recently one more player left today. So,
Yeah. It's
you have to sort
really
your
messed up.
Yeah,
priorities.
you can just
because
take
many
like
clubs,
Chelsea's example. I think they sold players for like 90 million,
Right.
and then they got Lukaku for 100 million. I think
Yeah,
that's right.
that is
110,
Yeah,
something that
and
120.
Chelsea
that
do.
that's an
Even with the
investment of
Hazard
only 10
money.
million there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
even with the Hazard money, which we sold Hazard, the
Yeah,
following window we spent. So you have
That's
to
I
sell
mean
players.
because that's how a
that's
football
insane
club
business
is run.
by Ambrovich.
United
Chelsea
have
are
Van de Beek,
Because
United have Telles, United have so many such
Chelsea.
players who they're not
Chelsea
using.
are Chelsea are an ambitious club. They like Roman Abramovich. He sacked the club legend without thinking twice, and now they got Tuchel in, and then they won the Champions League. That's how a football club is run. But the Glazers, it's a business for them. They don't spend money, but then they take money out of the club from the profits of what the club make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
it's
look,
really weird because
Lingard had a fantastic half season with West Ham. Okay, but then people are thinking, yeah, he can do that. But where does Lingard fit at Man United? He can't play as a CDM. He can't play alongside Pogba. He's not going to play ahead of Bruno Fernandes in the 10 spot. That leaves he's not a striker. That leaves the wings. You've got Mason Greenwood, Dan James, and Sancho who plays on the right wing. You've got Rashford, Martial, and now Pogba is playing on the left wing. And then we have got youngsters and Amad Diallo and Elanga. Why did we keep Juan Mata? We gave him a 2-year contract. Even he's there. So we've
no,
got like
the
10
thing is
players
that
for 2 positions, and then you're going to keep Jesse Lingard. It just doesn't make sense.
All right, that was some rant by Ashwin. So let's move on to the last week's, results. First up, we have Arsenal versus Chelsea 2-0. Let's ask the Chelsea fan, Siddharth, what do you have to say? How did it feel to beat Arsenal?
I mean, it was a dominant performance, so there was no way Arsenal were getting any chances. They barely had a shot on target. That's how Chelsea played. It was expected, and I predicted a 2-0 or 2-1. I said 2-1 will be because of a Chelsea error, but thankfully Chelsea were pretty good. So yeah, we deserve the win. Lukaku hit the crossbar in the second half also. So I
Exactly.
thought he should have scored that, but it's okay. Yeah, it was a well-deserved win and going strong into this week as well.
I think Lukaku will give you like at least will guarantee you 20 goals or something for the whole season, and he's a big addition for your
Yeah,
team.
definitely. So I'm expecting at least 15 goals because I hope he doesn't get injured. So
Yeah,
yeah, keeping that in mind, 15 goals for his beginning season will also be good. But yeah, you're right. 20, he's capable of 20 easily with Chelsea.
exactly.
So yeah,
And this means that you will be, a title contender, like UCL title contender again.
yeah,
And let's
definitely.
hope Chelsea does good this time as well. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
definitely.
And the next up is the United draw. We saw Pogba giving the 5th assist of the season. Let's start off with Sahish. What do you have to say?
bro, I was legit screaming during the match. It was so bad. Ole, I understand. Okay, last season he didn't have defenders. Using five at the back. Using your two CDMs as your centre backs. That's totally fine last season. But this season, like Chelsea did, they got in Lukaku from Inter Milan. From Italy, they got Lukaku, and he started his first game. He had the same training sessions as each and every club had, and he still started the game. Whereas Sancho is not starting, Varane is not starting. I understand fitness is not there, this is not there, that is not there. But what is the midfield of Matic and Fred? What is that? I was screaming in the first half because Fred is getting the ball, he's giving it away. He's getting the ball, he's giving it away. Matic is lost. He doesn't know what to do. United were playing so sloppy. Maguire was even lost. De Gea was there, thank God. Lindelof, I don't know what was he doing. He was looking at Maguire. Maguire is like, bro, I don't know what to do. Both are playing like that. Luke Shaw and Van Bissaka were good enough. Thankfully, Greenwood and Pogba were there. Otherwise, they're gone. It was expected that United will score in the second half. But looking at Ole's selections, so stupid because you tell McTominay is injured off, so he can't come on. In the press conference, you tell Varane and Sancho will start, but you see the same lineup as last year. Then you see Fred starting, losing the ball. You don't sub him off. You don't sub him off. You keep him there just like that. At Chelsea, there was this game, I know which one. Hudson Odoi had come on.
Yeah.
Tuchel didn't like the way he played. pulled him out the next sub, pulled him out right
He
away.
brought him on and
Told him,
then
"You
brought him
don't-"
off. That's ruthless.
Yeah, he's like, you don't play football, you come out and sit on the bench. And look at Fred, he gave away 20, 25 passes just like that. He's not holding the midfield. Southampton are attacking and these people are just lost. Maguire is giving away low passes away. Lindelof is giving away headers. And the frustrating part is that you tell McTominay is injured, you bring him on. Okay. After that, you tell Lingard has COVID. He has only a week's training. You bring him on in place of who's that? Matic. And you still play McTominay and Fred. When you're in the 80th minute, when you're dying, you need a point of this game. You're still playing defensive for what reason? For what reason you tell me that? Donny van de Beek, he's just sitting there on the bench and he's just waiting and seeing, when will I get the chance? When will I get the chance? There were so many chances that Sancho got the ball. There was one chance where Shaw got the ball and he crossed it.
Right.
Sancho was running in with the ball. Yeah. He was waiting for Van Bissaka or McTominay to run front, but they both are just waiting back for Sancho to pass it back. Whereas, Donny van de Beek could have got him the paces. He gets into the box-to-box midfielder. He plays like that. He gets into places so he can pass. But no, you don't bring on Donny. You just bring on McTominay and Fred. That's the usual way. For what reason? We understand you're playing a new formation. Against Leeds, they played a different formation. It was 4-3-3 attack with 2 cams and 1 CDM. McTominay and Fred were playing there. That was totally good. What happened this game? I don't know. What are selections with Ole? I know what is wrong with the selection. This shows the the importance of bringing a CDM in the team. Everyone. Real Madrid has a CDM. They have Casemiro. Chelsea have Kante. City have Rodri. They have Fernandinho. They can win them titles. You don't need to be completely dependent on your centre backs. My centre back has to do everything. That too in Real Madrid, they won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. That's not possible without a centre back, 2 great centre backs in one CDM. And Varane has he has to do a lot of work this season if you don't bring in a CDM.
Yeah. All right, let's move into the predictions now, I feel. And so first up is Liverpool versus Chelsea. Liverpool are back. They have won 2-2, and who is winning this one? Let's ask the Chelsea fan first.
Yeah, it's again an away game. 2 away games in a row this early. I didn't know. Premier League is probably doing it for the first time. But yeah, I think it'll be either because I'm a Chelsea fan, I gotta go. I'm going to go with Chelsea, obviously. But I feel it can also head towards a draw. So it's either a draw or a Chelsea win. I won't predict the score because I'm unsure, but one of these two. Because last time we went in, there were no fans, but we went into Anfield with a 1-0 win. Mount scored the winner. But that was
now fans will be there. That's a big factor in
that's a big
Anfield.
factor. Exactly. That's exactly why I said I'm going to go for a draw or a Chelsea win. I won't go for
you.
It's gonna be interesting. Lukaku versus Van Dijk. What they do, because Lukaku, to be honest, in that Arsenal game, Lukaku tore their defense apart. I don't know why. Even in the second goal which Reece James scored, you see Tierney and Mari, they tucked into Lukaku. I think that was more mentally than actually Lukaku doing that, because if it was a Harry Kane there, suppose they were playing Spurs, you wouldn't see 3 defenders coming and marking Harry Kane. And that's what Arsenal did for Lukaku, and that created so much space for Reece James. So I think Van Dijk won't do that. I think Liverpool's defense is good. So it's going to be hard for Lukaku to do what he did against Arsenal there. But I'm going with the Liverpool win. Like you guys said, the fans back in the stadium is a major advantage for the home sides. And I think Liverpool are back. They played really well the last 2 games. Salah is playing really well. Mane scored in the last game. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a lot of goals. I think it's going to be a 1-0 Liverpool win.
I think it'll be a draw, or I go with Chelsea for the win.
It's City versus Arsenal. I think it's pretty obvious with whom we are going to go. So, yeah, can we move ahead, or do you want to do this?
What's your score prediction? Just the scores.
Yeah,
let's do that.
I'll go with a 3 or 4. Nothing less than that. For City.
5, bro. 5. If
I'm going
City
with
don't
the-
score 5, I'll be disappointed.
I'm going with 4-0.
I'll be seriously
I think we're all
disappointed.
agreeing to Arsenal getting smashed.
Yeah, definitely.
4-5-0. So I'm going with 4-0.
Yeah.
Somil?
I'm going with 2-0, and I feel like Grealish will have a good impact in this game. All right. Next is United versus Wolves. I think this one will be a tough one for United. Ashwin, who are you going with?
It is going to be hard because Wolves did play well against Tottenham. They lost the
Yeah.
game 1-0, but Wolves had like 20-25 shots. So and Spurs had like 3-4 and they scored one out of that, which was a penalty. So I don't think it's going to be an easy game. And the way we played against Southampton doesn't give me any confidence because Wolves will sit deep. They're very well organized defensively and they will press and hit us on the counter. But I'm expecting Sancho and Varane to start, and I think they will start. So I think, look, last season we played our kids and we won the game 2-1, 2-0 or something. So I'm going with the United win again. I'm going with a 2-0 win for United.
All right, Sahish, what is your prediction for the game?
If United, go with the same lineup, it's gonna be Wolves game. But if United try a different lineup with a different formation and playing Donny, which was the man of the match last season in Wolves, United can get the win against the three at the back. So I would say 2 goals in the second half. So I think I'll go with Ashwin's score as 2-0.
Okay, and Siddharth?
Yeah. Is it home or away?
It's
for
away.
United.
It's away for
away game.
United.
It's away.
It's at Wolves.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
if it's at Molyneux, it'll be a little difficult. But I think United will manage to get the away win because I think they've gotten used to that. So, it'll either be a draw or a United win. I don't see Wolves stealing it at any point.
Yeah, I'll go with a draw if Sancho and Varane don't start, and if they start, I'm going with a win for United. 3-1 or 3-2 win for United.
Well, let's wrap up the show. It has been a pretty long one again, but then we hope you guys like the video, and also you guys can DM us, not DMS. You can DM us on Instagram. If you guys want to get featured, we are looking for different clubs. We don't have a Liverpool representative. So you guys can, or a Spurs representative. So you guys can get in touch with us. Or maybe we'll comment down. We'll get that sorted for you guys. So thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, do all the good stuff. And we'll meet you all next week. Thanks for watching.